Imagine you're 14 years old. You wake up. Your bed is shaking. Not vibrating. Shaking. Your parents rush in. They see it too. Then words appear scratched into your chest. And within weeks, priests are performing a full exorcism on you. Here's the twist. This isn't the movie. This is the real case that inspired The Exorcist. And today, we're asking the question nobody wants to ask. Was this demonic possession, or one of the most extreme psychological breakdowns in American history? Stay with me, because the ending of this story changes everything. A teenage boy known publicly as Roland Doe. Strange things begin after his aunt, who introduced him to a Ouija board, dies. Coincidence? Maybe. Soon after, scratching sounds in the walls. Bed violently shaking. Religious objects moving. Words like hell appearing on his body. Multiple witnesses claimed they saw the mattress move on its own. Now pause. If this happened today, it would trend worldwide in 10 minutes. But in 1949, the conclusion was immediate. Possession. And that's when Catholic priests began the exorcism. But here's the uncomfortable question. Why did the activity escalate after adults started reacting? That's important. Remember that. We're coming back to it. Let's zoom out. He had just lost someone close to him. Grief at 14 can be explosive. Psychologists later proposed possible explanations. Dissociative episodes, conversion disorder, severe stress response, attention reinforcement. Here's something most people don't realize. The human brain can create physical symptoms from psychological distress. Scratches, altered voices, convulsions, even extreme strength. And when attention increases, symptoms can escalate. It's called reinforcement. Not manipulation, not evil. Reinforcement. Now let me ask you something. If a teenager suddenly becomes the center of intense emotional focus, could the subconscious amplify behavior to maintain control? Because control feels safer than chaos. But here's where it gets darker. What about the bed moving? Multiple adults said they saw it. Were they lying? Or were they influenced? 1949 America was deeply religious. Exorcism wasn't fantasy. It was real doctrine. Once the word demon enters the room, everything changes. If he screams, it's a demon. If he resists, it's spiritual warfare. If something falls, confirmation. This is confirmation bias. And when a group shares a belief under emotional tension, perception shifts. It's called collective suggestion. The more fear rises, the more dramatic behavior becomes. Feedback loop. Fear reaction, escalation, more fear. And here's the chilling part. The human mind doesn't need a demon to create chaos. It just needs belief. Quick pattern interrupt. Imagine trying to explain this at school. Why were you absent? Oh, just battling Beelzebub. Not exactly excused absence material. But in 1949, it was. And here's the open question that makes this case legendary. If it was psychological, why did it stop so suddenly? Here's what most documentaries skip. After the exorcism ended, the boy returned to normal life. No ongoing psychosis. No repeated possession. He reportedly grew up, worked professionally, had a stable life. If this were a chronic psychotic disorder, symptoms usually persist. If it were demonic, why disappear? That's the mystery. Then in 1971, author William Peter Blatty turned the case into fiction. And 2 years later, The Exorcist was released. The movie amplified everything. Spinning heads, demonic voices, extreme visuals. But the real case? Far more ambiguous, less cinematic, more psychological. And ambiguity is scarier than certainty, because ambiguity leaves space for imagination. Let's strip it down. Possession theory, religious reactions, witness accounts, physical markings, psychological theory, trauma, suggestibility, reinforcement, cultural influence. Now here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Sleep paralysis can create shadow figures. Dissociation can produce alternate voices. Psychosomatic reactions can cause physical marks. And belief can magnify all of it. So here's the final question. If the brain can manufacture something that feels supernatural, how do we know where the mind ends and the myth begins? Because maybe the real horror wasn't a demon. Maybe it was how powerful the human mind truly is. And that's harder to fight than anything supernatural. So was the Exorcist case a psychological breakdown, a cultural phenomenon, mass suggestion, or something we still don't understand? The truth is, the most dangerous force in that room may not have been a demon. It may have been belief. And once belief takes control, reality can bend. If you love exploring the line between dark psychology and paranormal mystery, hit subscribe, because on this channel, we don't just chase scary stories. We break them apart. And once you understand the shadows, they lose their power. See you in the next one.